Hey, what's up, boys? We're only a few days away from the start of the closed beta for Vigor on Nintendo Switch. And if you're as hype as I am, you probably want to know what's going on, what's going to happen. So I'm making this video to kind of guide you guys who are just brand new to the game, kind of don't know what to expect. I want to talk you kind of through how to get going. First, a lot of people usually ask if it's a battle royale, sort of like PUBG. I mean, you can play it like one, but not really, not necessarily. It's more of a survival game. I like to call it a high-stakes looter shooter. Yeah, you're gonna do some looting just like PUBG, but in Vigor, you actually get to keep the loot that you pick up, but you have to survive. And surviving doesn't necessarily mean killing everybody. You can leave at any time, like literally you can leave the map at any time, as long as there's nobody there at the extraction point trying to kill you, because there are some campers that sit there and wait for you at the extraction points. If you can get past that, then you're good to go. You'll never have to harm a soul in this game. When you first load in, you're going to be in your shelter. This is your safe place. Nobody can hurt you here. Nobody's going to come for you. This is where you're going to do all your improvements, craft all your weapons, your ammo, your consumables. You can even practice your aim at the shooting range. The scarecrows actually have the same amount of health as a regular outlander would have, so that's good to use. You can bring whatever weapon you want, test out how many bullets it takes to kill somebody. So the main goal of this game is to improve your shelter, to build it up. Pretty much starts as nothing, and then you build it up, and it's gonna make resources for you, materials, different things that you need to craft your weapons and your ammo. The higher you have your shelter build up, the easier it is, and then the better things that you can craft for yourself. The reason crafting is so important is the better equipment you have, the better your chances of survival are. You're going to want to get comfortable with the building and crafting system. You're going to be spending some time here just upgrading. Just make sure you're constantly checking in on your upgrades. All of them take a set amount of time to complete, so once you queue one up, see how long it takes and just be ready to start the next one. The most important shelter upgrade for me is going to be the crafting table. You're going to unlock blueprints to craft weapons and crates and stuff like that, but you won't be able to craft them unless your crafting table is at a certain level. So make sure you're checking to see what level you need to build a certain blueprint, and you're working your way that way. The crate system is pretty cool in this game. If you're lucky enough to survive with a crate in an encounter and you make it out, once you get back, you're able to open the crates, and what's cool is you can see exactly what you can potentially get in each crate. So how it works is you get a list of items that it shows you that that crate can contain, and once you open the crate, it's going to mark off 3 of those items, and then you'll have like some of those items left on the list, and those are the only ones left the next time you open that certain crate. So you'll eventually know exactly what you're going to get out of certain crates. I won't go into too much detail on the battle pass. It's pretty standard. I mean, I'm pretty sure you know what a battle pass is. It's almost like any other battle pass you would find on any other game. But I will let you know that the free rewards on this battle pass are actually pretty nice. You get a good amount of crates, a good amount of crowns, a good amount of weapons. I think it's actually pretty generous of them. Okay, so yeah, it's a free-to-play game, and I'm sure you're wondering about the microtransactions. I'm here to let you know they're actually not too bad. Maybe they're a little overpriced, but for the people who are wondering if they're necessary, if it's maybe a pay-to-win game. So once someone has purchased crowns or earned crowns, there's only a couple things you can really do with them. One being buying cosmetics. The only other thing at this time you can do with crowns is boost the rewards in your lobby. Or you can buy yourself insurance. When somebody boosts a lobby using their crowns, it actually boosts the lobby for everybody. So everybody's gonna see that increase of loot, or they're going to see that increased rarity of crate that you can boost to. Then if you purchase insurance, that only applies to the person who paid for it. So if you buy insurance, that's only for you. Insurance basically saves your loadout. So let's say you only have one ADR and you are afraid to lose it. If you buy insurance, you'll be able to go into the match. If you die, you'll keep the whole loadout, everything you brought in with you, along with any loot that you picked up that whole time that you were playing. If you die, you keep it. Insurance. Something very important to pay attention to early on are your challenges. You want to check these daily. If you see one that you won't be able to complete, you want to delete it so that you get a new one fresh the next day. If you don't delete it, then you're going to have a challenge there that you're not going to complete, sitting there for weeks and weeks when you can just change it out for another one. Making sure you're doing these challenges early on is a very, very nice way to level up super fast early in the game. The rewards they give you vary from crates to resources and to even crowns sometimes. Okay, so you've picked your guns, your ammo, your consumables, your healing items, and you've picked your map, and you've loaded in. What do you do now? Well, it's really up to you. You can play this game however you want. You can play it like a sneaky bastard, sneaking around, picking people off. You can be aggressive as all hell. And with all the new equipment that they're adding, I feel like it's changing the meta, and there's going to be different ways to play all the time. Okay, so in any given encounter, besides finding loot, there's going to be about 5 different points of interest that you can possibly go to. You've got the signal detector, you've got Bard House, you've got the comm station, you've got the airdrop, and then there's also in every map a buried stash or a buried cache. The signal detector can be used unlimited amount of times per encounter, but there's a cooldown period. What it does is it reveals the location of all the living outlanders that are left on the map. So for example, there's only 3 people left. You're gonna see 2 red dots and yourself. People typically go to the signal detector when they want to go hunt everyone else, or if they want to go see if the map's empty. You could also check it to see if there's any danger around you or any clear zones you can run to. Alright, now Bard House is my favorite place to go to because I feel like everybody goes there. Even the people who are too scared to go to the crate towards the end, I feel like everybody tries to go to the Bard House. The Bard House contains a safe. Inside of that safe is a good amount of loot. And if the lobby is boosted, that safe can contain very, very good weapons and a lot of loot. The Bard House involves breaking a door down to get to the safe. And once you start unlocking the safe, it takes about a minute, minute and a half, something like that to fully unlock it. Once you initiate the safe unlocking, it's actually going to alert the whole lobby that somebody is at the safe. So if anybody was around the area, not even thinking about going there, they know now at this point that there's somebody there. What the comm station is, that's an area where you can change where the airdrop lands, or if somebody already changed the airdrop location, you can find out the exact location of that airdrop. The whole lobby will be alerted once the airdrop is changed, but after that, they will not be alerted if someone goes just to check to see the exact location of the drop. The next area is going to be the actual drop location itself. At first, it's marked as a green shaded area on your map, but once you use a comm station, you'll know exactly where it's at and it'll show up as a blue box. In the drop zone is where you're likely to find the sweatiest people in the game, the ones that are looking for blood. So if you don't want that smoke, I'd stay clear. The next area I want to talk about, if you're lucky enough to find it, is going to be the buried cache or the buried stash. Every map has one area that has the buried stash, and you'll have to loot around in buildings and stuff like that to find a portrait of where exactly the stash is. It's not going to be the same every time you go into the map. There's several locations for that stash in each map, so you'll have to find the photo every time if you want to know exactly where. But that doesn't mean you can go around checking all the locations that you remember, because there's still a chance that you could find it. There's fake spots with fake buried cash, but you could get lucky and find the real one just wandering by it. So what each match boils down to is, if you want to risk it for that biscuit, you want to stick around after you've gathered a bunch of loot and get that crate, are the rewards in that crate gonna be worth it if you die? Because remember, if you do, you lose it all. And if you've made the correct decision and either cleared the lobby or left early and successfully, you'll be greeted with the end screen. You don't get too many experience points for killing, because the emphasis of this game is not in killing. So you get a lot more XP in doing other things, like finding loot, or getting the airdrop, or finding the buried stash, going to the barred house and getting the safe, things like that. So a perfect game for somebody who's trying to maximize their experience is a game in which they're going to all those points of interest, getting them all, and getting out safely. And I mean safely, alive. Alright guys, I think that's all I got for you right now. I guarantee I missed something out. And if I did, will you experienced players put some stuff down in the chat for the newbies out there? And don't worry, if I missed anything, I've got another video coming out in another day or two. It's gonna be about my best tips for a new player. It's just gonna be tips and tricks from an experienced player. Maybe a couple dirty tricks in there. You know, I know a couple dirty secrets I could tell you guys. But just keep a lookout for that. If you at all enjoyed this, just drop a like, that would be cool. I actually doubled my subscribers since the last video. And still, that's only 10 more subscribers, but shit, that's kind of cool. I appreciate it again. Hope you guys are staying safe. Hope you have plenty of toilet paper and water and shit like that. Have a good one.